It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. This is Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It is Thursday, October the 16th, and I'm here alongside Paul Fletcher.
I'm so pumped. Stopped at Mom and Dad's house yesterday. You know what season it is?
Tell me.
Candy, corn, and peanut season. Oh, God, it's so good.
Oh, Lord. Ryder?
That's playing your ball right there.
That is playing your ball right there.
You know what I love is that when I say something and then the soundbite that you follow it up with, and you have no idea what I'm going to say when it syncs up. It's awesome.
Well, sure. Let's get to it. We got headlines, Paul Fletcher.
Absolutely, we do. And it starts with our friends in Sugar. After teasing some kind of return since October 5th, Bob Mould-led trio Sugar has returned. The band just released their first song in 30 years. It's called House of Dead Memories.
Wow.
Listen to that a bunch yesterday.
It's good to take a 30-year break and come back and just hit your stride immediately.
Right?
You know?
As if nothing had changed.
The elbows, the wrists, the shoulders all got the rest they needed.
Uh-huh.
Plenty of rest, I would think, right? Again, it's House of Dead Memories. It's available now. And they've got 4 shows scheduled for 2026, 2 in New York, 2 in London. Hoping that maybe we can get one here. That'd be sweet.
They'll be here. 2 shows. Yeah, you say we're doing 2 in London, 2 in New York, and then you just wait for people to whip up what they call a fervor.
Yeah.
And then you add more dates.
Yeah, I feel like you just jinxed it, man, but whatever.
Nah, they'll be here.
Okay.
They'll
All
be,
right,
and when I
good.
say here, I mean they'll probably be in this very room.
Oh.
I mean,
Game
don't
on.
tease us.
Just thought I'd really
tease us.
wind you both up.
Yes. And it's my job to make that happen.
That's right.
So I just got real tense, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Self-driving startup Waymo will begin offering driverless taxi service in London next year. The company announced yesterday it marks the first international expansion for Waymo and would make London the first European city to have autonomous vehicles on the road.
Not happy, man. I wish London had never changed a thing, because in the old days, the black taxis that run around the city, you know, those taxi drivers back in the day had to learn what they called the knowledge. You had to learn every single street in the entire city. And it took years to get your driver's badge. Literally, you'd see guys on mopeds with maps learning every possible city.
Yeah.
And it was a whole thing, and you can see documentaries about it, and it was brilliant, and it was a testament to the human mind. And now we got self-driving cars from douchebags in Silicon Valley. Way, way less cool.
The use of AI has come to the world of beer tasting, and nobody apparently likes it. During the middle of the Canadian Brewing Awards, the judges were instructed to submit their notes not to the competition's existing system, but to an AI app called Best Beer. The AI then converted the tasting notes into a description of the beers. It apparently did such a bad job that one judge wrote a lengthy open letter expressing his frustration with the organization in charge of the awards. That open letter and the Canadian Brewing Awards to announce that the current management was, quote, stepping away from the CBAs and returning the company to its original founders. They added that they were going to donate the Best Beer assets to a nonprofit and will be open sourcing the code base for everyone. What are we even doing? Can we not just have beer and then taste it?
Hey, the good news is that maybe one of the coolest jobs on the planet is safe from AI. So
That's
I
very
still
true.
have a dream out there.
Yeah.
Me and many other people.
When
Let's hope.
AI can vacuum for me and fold laundry perfectly, and let's see what else, take care of wasp nests, let me know. Otherwise, leave beer and art out of it.
I like the wasp killing robot. I could use one of those.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things we could all benefit from, and most of what people apply AI to ain't it.
Yeah, raking leaves and wasps' nests.
Yeah.
Let's do that instead. Yeah. So ticket prices are a constant conversation. Social media comments, and we've discussed it. However, you've got a chance to see a legitimate legend very affordably. I just read this morning, and it kind of blew my mind. Paul McCartney's show tomorrow night. You've heard about this, right? It's happening at US Bank Stadium.
That's right.
Tickets are available for it for as low as $25.
Ooh.
And there are plenty of options for under $100 even.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm sure the
deal.
$25 ones are, mega nosebleed, but you're in the building. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, that's all there is that I have to it. But it's like, this is a chance to see Paul McCartney, and we talk about tickets being through the roof a lot of times.
Yeah.
This is a really good price point?
I would say that's a spectacular price point for a show where you know going in, as much as if not more than any other, that you're going to know and like most of the songs you hear, if not all of them.
And 15 years from now, you can say, I went to that Paul McCartney show instead of saying, God darn it, I didn't go to that Paul McCartney show.
He'll pull out a song like that My Valentine song from 10 years ago, and you'll be like, why is he playing? And then it ends, and you're like, man, that song's awesome. Yeah. He's it's the craziest thing. Still writes good songs. Go figure.
An American Airlines flight out of Los Angeles had to make an unexpected return last night after passengers began feeling sick from fumes in the cabin. The jet had just taken off from LAX around 5. It was bound for JFK in New York. When several passengers reported strange smells and symptoms, the pilots also noticed the smell and said they could even taste the fumes. So much so that they put on oxygen masks and then they turned the plane around. Emergency crews met the aircraft back at LAX. 7 passengers were checked out by paramedics, but fortunately, no one needed to be taken to the hospital. Officials say nothing hazardous was found and the flight was expected to take off again later that night.
That's really odd.
Yeah.
I'm never comforted by, we didn't find anything. No, I want you to make something up.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the doctor and they go, I can't find it. I'd say, no, just tell me I have something.
Yeah.
Give me a placebo and say, this will make you feel better.
I paid $300 to be here, man.
Yeah.
Diagnose me.
Yeah. I've never been on a flight where they drop the masks.
No, me neither.
And I've flown a lot, but I've never had that happen, and I'm happy to say that. I have been on a flight that had to return to the airport we took off from, and here's the greatest thing about it. It was a night flight. It was just from Nashville to New York City, and it was like a 7 p.m. departure, maybe even 8 p.m., and I got to the airport early, and I ran into a buddy who was also traveling somewhere else, and we sat down, had a few pops.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and have a few more beers, and then I'll sleep on the plane. I'll get there, I'll get a taxi, and I'll get to my hotel. I'll crash. It'll work great.
Nice.
I was sound asleep / passed out before we took off, and I woke up when we landed. Back in Nashville.
Oh, geez.
I've never been more bewildered and surprised and freaked out in my life because I was like, wait, what's happening? I was the drunk idiot who was like so confused. And I thought to myself, wait, did I already come home? What day is it? Did I just miss 3 days in New York? It was very bewildering. All right, I'm done.
I had a quick unsettling one. It was just we never left the tarmac, but we sat there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours because of a quote mechanical issue that they're taking care of. Okay. But that's just unsettling because you're staying on the plane. Yeah, right. You're uncomfortable.
Get me out of
we're
here.
Still going to fly in this plane that has a mechanical issue. Yeah, it was takeoff was tenuous for me on that one.
Sure it was.
A family in Kansas recently went to get food at their favorite taco spot, but the credit card machine was down and they didn't have cash. There was a big old line. They stood in that line, and they got to the front. That's when they found out that, and so they had this order all planned, ready to go, and they couldn't get it. Right. Well, then a random guy just handed them $100. The taco place loved it so much, they gave him a voucher that gets him free tacos for the rest of the year. So here's Taco Hero Jared, the family he gave the money to, and the GM of Tacos TJ talking about it.
The cell system went down, so we were only taking cash.
So I was really bummed. I was like, no.
Felt like they should come on in and have some tacos, so I followed him out, gave him a $100 bill.
I was like, no way. And then he said, yes, dinner is on me tonight. And I was like, thank you so much. I said, here, we have $20 cash. You have Venmo. I can Venmo you. And he was like, no, don't even worry about it.
We just wanted to thank him, really, because I think he deserves it, even though he probably wasn't intending for this to have the impact that it did.
If I had the chance to do it over again, I'd do it over again 100% of the time every day.
I think some people are just so embarrassed they don't know how Venmo works that they'll give away money.
That's exactly it. Quickly, one of my favorite stories, I wish it was my story, but it's not. It's my bandmate. 2010 in Boston, my bass player Sven is in a Starbucks, and he's 2 people from the register, and he hears the person ordering his coffee. The woman says, we can't break 100. And the guy turns around and says to everyone behind him in line, does anyone have change for 100? He's English. And Sven looks and goes, oh, my God, that's Jeff Beck, who we had all just seen the night before.
Yeah.
And he walks up and goes, hey, man, I got you. I'll just let me buy your coffee. And Jeff Beck goes, Jeff Beck, legendary guitarist. Mm-hmm. On the short list for greatest ever, honest to God. Right. And he says, oh, thanks, man, that's great. And Sven steps up and goes, I'll have a venti dark roast and his drink as well. Yeah. And the woman rings it up and goes, that'll be $87.52. And he goes, I'm sorry, what? Because Jeff Beck didn't mention he had ordered 4 drinks and a bag of pastries and sandwiches and all kinds of crap. He just it was like, Sven thought he was buying the dude a latte, and he bought him almost a full $100 worth of stuff. And if the Starbucks had just been able to break 100, this wouldn't have happened.
All they had to give him was like $13 back.
It's my favorite thing ever. Like, oh yeah, I bought Jeff Beck a coffee. It cost me $89. This is fantastic.
Very cool.
Hey man, superstars. They're just used to getting stuff for free.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
100%. Sports.
Man, a whole bunch of teams out there that we don't care about are playing games, I'm sure. But here's what we do know. The Vikings still don't know who the quarterback is for Sunday. Kevin O'Connell did not announce it yesterday. And by the way, I kind of believe he's not quite sure. I've never doubted the man. And suddenly I'm like, I don't think he knows what he's going to do.
Well, you know what? I think that he probably wants the answer to be JJ. But maybe the answer isn't JJ, and that's where the hesitance is.
I wouldn't argue that. I think he would love to. I think that Kevin O'Connell would sleep like a baby if he really, in his central nervous system, was like, JJ's ready. That's the guy.
That's the plan. That was been the plan.
Carson Wentz was a full participant in practice yesterday. JJ, however, said his right ankle sprain is still, quote, not 100%. And he said he was given recovery timelines of up to 6 weeks from, quote, a lot of well-respected second opinions. Team doctors looked at that and said, dude, what are you shading us for?
Yeah.
Second opinions.
Yeah.
Anyway, the more they've talked about it, the less they say, which means they're saying a lot more, which is just, this is not a great situation by any stretch of the imagination. Carson Wentz, I would just feel like, I could be wrong and it doesn't matter, but I feel like that's who we're going to see on Sunday. Going against his former team, the team that he broke out with, the Eagles. He did mention yesterday, he was asked about that, and he said, that feels like multiple lifetimes ago. I don't even think anybody that was there when I was there is still playing defense. Whatever. It's not like I'm playing against my old teammates. That's blah, 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 blah.
Downplaying it.
Yeah.
But also probably realistic.
It's realistic, but make no mistake, he would love nothing more than to send a message to Eagles ownership, who sent his ass packing after Nick Foles won him a Super Bowl when Carson Wentz carried most of the water that season. In the Major League Baseball playoffs, the Toronto, I almost said Maple Leafs, the Toronto Blue Jays just blasted Seattle. In Seattle last night, 13-4. It's 2-1 Mariners in that series.
Okay.
Real quick hockey note. On this day in 1946, Gordie Howe played his first NHL game.
Wow, 1946.
79 years ago, and he's still considered, he's a pillar, he's an icon, but if you just said, okay, top 10 players ever, he's clearly on any list like that.
1,000%.
79 years ago, the man debuted, and he's still right there in the mix
Mr. Hockey.
on the very short list of greatest ever hockey players.
There's still a thing named after him, the Gordie Howe hat trick.
As well, there should be.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
I do know what that is. It's one of my absolute favorite things in sport.
Yeah.
Which would be what? A goal, an assist, and a fight.
Right.
Yeah. It's just nothing better.
Yep. That's just show how well-rounded a player he was.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Absolutely love that.
And he played into his 50s, if I remember correctly. Just absolute, one of a kind.
Played with not one, but 2 of his sons.
Yeah.
If memory serves.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
What's up, Greenwood?
Hell yeah, Greenwood.
Come on, Greenwood. Get serious.
Apparently, that's where I'm pretty sure that's the Old Log Theater. I think they have an Old Log Theater, and I think it's still open and doing things, which is kind of wild.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead, his name was actually Johnny Green, but he was so taken by Greenwood, Minnesota, that's not true. I'm making that up.
You should have left it, though.
Let's keep starting that rock and roll rumor.
Yeah.
You guys ever test your fire alarms at home? You ever, every 6 months or so, you make sure they're working?
Well, I test them with cooking.
Okay. Just that's one way to do it.
Well, they say if you're not setting off the fire alarm, you're not really cooking.
That's very true. Well, listen, man, if you like safety and you like pizza, well, I got a story for you.
Okay.
That's coming up right after we hear from Genesis.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Genesis with That's All. I just find it endlessly fascinating. I just love the story that Phil Collins had a bunch of extra songs laying around, and he started recording them, and he brought the big one, Something in the Air, his first big single,
In the Air Tonight?
That one, In the Air Tonight. He brought it to his bandmates in Genesis and said, what do you guys think? And they were like, it doesn't really sound like us. And they're like, just make your own record. Put it on there. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. And then a few minutes later, those guys are like, Hey, those pop songs are kind of cool. Let's write some catchy hooks and stop being so prog.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, he held that over their heads forever.
Wow.
I remember when you guys wanted to do some more 9-minute opuses. And then I wrote That's All, and we had a big hit, and we all bought mansions. Yeah. It's funny how that worked, isn't it? The Shawnee Township in Ohio, setting the curve, or ahead of the curve, I should say. This is pretty cool. Smoke detectors, fire alarms, carbon monoxide, all those things you're supposed to have in your house.
Yeah.
That, you know, you hear every once a year the battery goes and they start chirping and you can never figure out how to get it off the ceiling and change the battery.
Right.
But they are important. Check this out. The Shawnee Township in Ohio, they paired up with Domino's Pizza, and they had a situation where people were ordering pizzas, and every now and again at random, the pizza would come to you courtesy of a fire truck, as in firemen in a fire truck. They would be the ones to deliver your pizza. And when you open the door, they'd say, hey, can we test your smoke alarms? And if it was active and working properly, the pizza was free.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Kind of cool.
Yes.
The weird thing is that all of those pizzas went to families of firemen. I don't know. I'm making that up. That's not true. I'm sorry.
Come on now.
I immediately look for the angle here.
Come on.
No, I know. But you know, that's pretty cool. I mean, what's the status of your
Really cool.
You guys got smoke alarms? You got carbon monoxide alarms? Everything copacetic? Everything working?
I mean, my mom's are. I check my mom's regularly. I don't know the last time we checked ours. No, I love this idea. I want to do this for us. I want to go to your house, probably with some Devani's, and if I walk in your front door and say, Alexa, play 92 KQRS, and it pops on, free pizza.
Damn, girl.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I like it.
But all the Alexas work, we would just be giving out free pizzas.
Yeah, but I mean...
Well, you got to have it set up first.
Yeah,
no, you can
Trust
just do
me,
it.
I've been through this. You have to enable. Listen, I'm probably going to do this for a bunch of people, but you have to do Alexa, enable skill to play 92 KQRS.
Yeah.
And then, if it's enabled, boom, pop, free
bam.
pizza.
All right.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Hell
I'll drive.
Nice.
I'll sample.
You're going to
I'll drive.
Okay, well, how about we just have a pizza separate for you on the front seat?
That's fine.
And you don't dig into other people's. Don't touch other people's pizzas.
Oh, no. Come on. That's half the fun.
Give people pizzas and there's one piece missing.
Either of you guys ever delivered food in your life?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the gig?
When I was working at the burrito joint, I was the manager, and if the delivery driver called out or if I just couldn't feel the shift, I would have to go deliver burritos.
Wow.
Yes.
I had a very brief stint as a pizza delivery guy at an off campus in Atlanta, Georgia. There was a school there, there still is, Emory University, and I was the doorman at a bar and sometimes guy helping in the kitchen. And then on occasionally they'd say, hey, you got to run this over to the dorm and deliver a pizza to college kids.
Yes.
And the first time I went with a dude who showed me how to do it, which was you knock on a door and they pay you and you hand them the pizza. I don't know why I needed instruction. The kid opened the door and my friend Eric was standing there. And before the kid could say a word, Eric said, no tip, no pie. And the kid goes, well, how much tip do I need? He goes, it better be enough. And it was like, wow, right in the kid's face.
Wow.
Because he's a college freshman and we're like 21, so we're adults.
Of course.
And the kid's like, all I have is a 10. And Eric goes, you better make some calls. You better knock on some doors. And the kid literally knocked on his next door neighbor's door, came back and handed him had a 5. He goes, here's 15. The pizza was like $7. And Eric goes, all right, that'll work. And we just extorted the kid.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, pizza delivery's fun.
Yeah, it should have been like, all I had is a 10 and this joint that I just rolled for you. And then he would have been in.
Guarantee you that's what Eric was looking for.
That'd have been like a $20 tip.
I know, make no mistake about it. But that was it. That was the extent of it. For about 2 weeks, I did the same thing and never had the heart to just go no tip. I was just like, here's your pizza.
You didn't have Eric's, brash in his
Did not
face.
have the moxie. Later went on to be his own pizza guy. Started a whole pizza restaurant on his own and stuff. Ooh. So, I mean, it just goes to show when you can rip off college kids, you can do anything.
Eric's Pizza Shack or
Grant Central, baby. Still flowing, still flying high.
Nice.
A bizarre fire in Chapel Hill, North Carolina to share with you. I'm not talking about the legacy of Bill Belichick's coaching career. That's a whole different fire that's going down in Chapel Hill, North Carolina now.
Or Duke basketball.
But this one notable because it happened in the house of a fireman.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yeah, a fireman himself got an alert. Hey, something's going on in your home. Thankfully, he has not only smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, he also has cameras in his house that could record exactly what went down.
Okay.
And of course, as is usually the case with general household malfeasance, you can blame it on the dog.
He bit into it, and you can see it, he's surprised by it, and then he's like, uh-oh, what did I do? Thankfully, it pretty much fizzled out because of the rug and because we were home so quick, so...
bit into a cord.
His dog found himself a lithium-ion battery and was just chomping on that bad boy, and it burst into flames on a rug, and the rug goes up in flames, and the dog, of course, just runs away because he's smart.
It's a fire.
He's not smart enough not to chew into the battery, but he's smart enough. So every time, listen, next time you're checking, you're walking onto a flight and they go, you don't have a laptop in your suitcase, do you? That's why, because those lithium-ion batteries, things can go wrong, and you don't want that happening anywhere in life. So basically what I'm saying is, let's get rid of all the batteries? No, that's not what I'm saying. How about that? A dog chewing, and not only did it happen, they have it on video, because imagine if there hadn't been cameras. You're like, how did a battery on my floor just burst into flames? It would be a great mystery, but now we know it's all about the dog whose name is Colton.
I can't imagine seeing that on my home cam. Like, it would be such a helpless feeling. But firefighter, dog started it. Bring your dog to work day.
Yeah.
This dog, in case you're wondering, this dog is definitely not a Dalmatian.
Maybe it's mad its name is Colton. That's not a great dog name.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
I've known a couple of Coltons, and they were human boys. They were not dogs.
I think Colton's a good name for when you're 5, 6 years old. But then you have to be a grown-up named Colton.
Colt.
Or a dog.
Colt could be kind of cool.
Colt's okay.
Colt.
You could talk yourself into being a guy who gets into bar fights if your name is Colt, though.
Oh, hell yeah. Everybody's going to call you 45.
Got to. It's got to be
Sounds
done.
like a lot of days in jail.
What's the weirdest thing your dog or any pet really ever got into? Clementine, the greatest dog we ever had, initially a bit of a problem. The problem was we just refused to train her the way we knew we should. We brought home a 10-month-old dog from the pound who was already really smart and already had her own idea of how to do things. And we had a buddy, a dog trainer, who was telling us exactly how to handle it. And we were initially resistant to things like a crate.
You ignored him?
Don't want to put a dog in a crate.
No.
And he's like, you don't want to walk out of the house and go to dinner and come back and just have your dog, who's got some anxiety about. Yeah, well, anyway, long story short, one couch cushion later, we were like, okay, she just destroyed an entire thing. Let's figure this out. And so we set up a camera. We had a little camcorder. This is 30 years ago. No Ring camera. This is a camcorder. Wow. We just set it on the table because we were just dying to see what the dog would get into when we left. And so it was like, here's the front door, her bed by the front door. So we have the video. We walk to the front door. She's right there standing there looking at us. And we just walk out, lock the door. And she stands at the door for like 3 minutes. And then turns around and just kind of lollygags, looks at her bed, chews a bone for a second. And then just all of a sudden has a great idea and runs out of the room.
Okay.
Comes back into the room where her bed is up by the front door with one of Rosemary's shoes in her mouth. And she's chewing it. She's gone back to our closet and gotten a shoe. She's throwing it in the air, jumping on it, rolling around with it. I mean, having the best time ever.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious to watch. And we're like, that is so cute. And then we're watching this a couple hours later when we get home. And then I'm like, okay, so where's the shoe? Because at some point she just ran away with it. We look all over the house. We cannot find the shoe to save our lives.
Okay.
It was back in the closet.
Oh, good job.
She returned it, not just back in the closet. Yes. She put it right next to the other pair. She took it back to right where she had retrieved it from. That's a true story.
That's a smart dog.
We really owe it to this dog because not only is she doing things she shouldn't do, she's covering her tracks.
She's smart.
We've got a mastermind.
This is like when we opened presents before Christmas and then wrapped them back up and put them back.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
And we were like, okay, and boy, the training, we went hardcore into it. And of course, she was the greatest dog we'll ever have.
Yeah.
No offense to this sleeping, slobbering knucklehead right next to me.
Oh, man. I can't believe you didn't take her on like a jewel heist or a bank robbery. I really feel like she would have been an asset.
We missed our calling. It's my wife has no poker face. There's not a criminal element anywhere in her DNA.
Yeah.
The one we have right now, when she was a puppy, Charlie, she sometimes you do the laundry. And things happen. You don't always have time to finish the whole thing. So they sit in the hamper for a second, in the basket.
Yeah.
Charlie decided that not just any underwear, but the good underwear, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
The wife's good underwear. And destroyed 3 pairs. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and those they aren't cheap.
No. Charlie has a taste, a knack for the finer things.
Absolutely. She's a Shih Tzu. That's what she does.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody bred that animal to just be that, kind of cute, kind of funny, and then kind of just gets in the way of things.
Ooh, frilly lace. I think I'll destroy this. Yeah.
Any tortoise problems at the house, Ryder?
Actually, yes.
Really?
Yes. There was, in fact, a fire one time. And this is me becoming part of their family. But one of the tortoises, reminder, tortoises are cold-blooded, so you got to have a heat lamp on them or else they're going to get... they're going to die.
Had no idea.
Yeah, so you got to have the heat lamp on them. One of the tortoises, while Steven was away, he's got a little enclosure, like a hard plastic thing. Tipped it up on its side, right underneath the heat lamp. The thing started smoldering.
Sure.
The thing started smoking. There was so much smoke in the apartment he was living in at the time that the neighbors actually called the fire department.
Wow, strong.
Yeah. Full-on truck roll because of this little bastard.
Got to appreciate that. Just slow creeping malfeasance is what that's known as.
Yeah, right?
The Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line 651-989-ROCK.
Shannon in Coon Rapids said our Irish setter Igor went for a little walk on his own at our cabin, went to visit another cabin where they were grilling steak, and went ahead and helped himself to one of their steaks.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
You named an Irish setter Igor?
I like that name, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's not expected at all.
That's a juxtaposition of sorts.
I mean, McGore, I could see. Ogor,
sure.
But Igor. Very strong. You're establishing that this is not your average Irish setter.
He's got some Russian in his blood.
That's the kind of dog who's going to eat a steak and not think twice about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The bloodier, the better. A fireman in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, found out that he had a fire in his own home when he was alerted, looked at the video cameras set in the house, and his own dog started a fire, chewing on a lithium battery, and the thing burst into flame. Dog was okay. Ran away. Didn't get a burn on his mouth or anything, but he just chewed into a battery, burst into flames, and really, sadly, it destroyed a rug, which did tie the room together.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now what are they going to do with that room?
It's a work in progress.
Have to completely renovate.
651-989-ROCK. Who's on the text line, Paul Fletcher?
Brian from Lakeville says, I passed out on the couch one night and woke up to the couch being eaten and destroyed right out from under me by my dog Murphy. This dog had eaten a whole tub of boot wax, bottle of thyroid pills, and many other things. Surprisingly, she lived to be 16 years old. Great dog, horrible appetite. And well written, by the way, Brian.
A tub of boot wax and a bottle of thyroid pills.
Yeah.
Man.
Ugh. Not good.
Okay, fair enough.
We got one other from Terry.
Let's have it.
This is not a good dog, bad dog thing, but timing was having people over for a Vikings playoff game. Food made, house clean, jersey on, let the dog out, and he ripped his dew claw off, essentially the thumb of a dog. Mom spent the game. Yeah, Mom spent the game at the emergency vet. Heard the party was a success, but the Vikings lost, of course. Really, in retrospect, you owe the dog a thank you for not having to sit through that stupid game.
Very, very, very true.
Boswell's the dog's name, by the way.
Coming up here in just a few minutes, Chris Maddock, he's part of the Excelsior Comedy Festival this weekend. It's happening Saturday at Excelsior Brewing Company. Chris Maddock's going to come in the studio. We'll talk about the festival. We'll talk about what's going on with him, and we will also play a game, as it is Thursday, of Rank You Very Much.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much. Very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's time for Rank You Very Much, and Chris Maddock is in studio to join us and play along. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Wow.
Than's for waking up early.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come on. This isn't that early for you. You're a dad. You've been through it.
No, I've been up. It's still early, but I'm up.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Made the drive in. Ready to rock a little Rank You Very Much. We do this every Thursday. We're going to pick a topic. We're going to give our top three, and we'll all, just basically judge each other harshly along the way.
I've been looking forward to it for an hour.
Good to have you here, sir. Today's for an hour. Today's Rank You Very Much. Favorite sitcom/TV families. Let's just leave it
All
there.
right.
Sitcom TV / whatever. Favorite TV families. Ryder, what's your number 3?
Okay, I'm going to get crap for this one because it's very much a stretch. But I am going to go with Sterling and Mallory Archer from Archer. He's got a couple of babies, too.
Okay.
He's got the wee baby Seamus.
Okay.
He's got AJ with Lana. That is
Man.
my favorite family.
Archer's, I've never seen 1 second of it, and it's on the list, and I always forget. Everybody that I know that watches Archer loves Archer, and here I sit, just ignorant as the day is long.
You would also love Archer because it's got a lot of weird references to like historical stuff, and then there's penis jokes too.
Fair enough.
So how do you go wrong?
And and on this, the day that Marie Antoinette lost her head. Speaking of historical references,
So that's today.
that's today.
Okay.
Yes.
Happy Marie Antoinette Guillotine Day, everybody.
I didn't get a card. Sorry.
I know. That's all right. That's all right. Fletcher, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I also might get some crap for this because they're not exactly a sitcom by definition, family.
That's fine.
But I got to go with the Roys from Succession.
Oh, I'm
But
not
this
going
is
to.
a drama.
Oh, it depends on your point of view. I think that's the
Okay.
funniest show in the last 10 years myself.
Dude, Roman by himself was a walking punchline.
Yes, he is.
Connor's a walking bobblehead.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah. Oh,
Also smart yet bumbling at the same time.
Yep.
I mean, it was billed as a drama, but my God, there were so many times that you laughed.
Oh, I laughed all the way through the cringe every episode. From day one was all over that show.
And whenever I wasn't feeling very good about my family, I just watch that show and go, you know what, we're not so bad.
I think that I think Jeremy Strong, who played Kendall.
Yeah.
After the first season, I was like, give him a Lifetime Emmy. Just right now. Just give him the greatest thing ever. So as much as I would love to pick it apart, no, that show's hilariously funny. and a family I miss, honestly.
Yeah.
It speaks to the whole and
I got to catch up on my TV, you guys.
Soul.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen one episode of that show.
Yeah,
All right.
That's a
Well,
classic,
you got
instant
work
classic.
to do. I got Archer. You got Succession.
Yeah, so what's your number 3?
My number 3, I picked Strangers with Candy, if you remember that show.
Oh, yes,
It's probably my favorite show of all time, but her dad was, I don't know if he's in a coma or...
I believe he had a stroke.
Yeah, he was, but he was always in a different position.
Yep.
He somehow drove her to school.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he couldn't move.
Yeah.
Or talk or speak or blink.
I love Strangers with Candy so much. Jerry Blank and... Fandango. I mean, there's so many moments from that show that just pop out in my head.
That show is like perfect.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And Stephen Colbert in yet another just completely bizarre character.
It was just, the show was wrong.
Yeah, the show is wrong in all the right ways. Oh, very, very strong. And you guys are familiar with this, correct?
I haven't watched one episode of Strangers with Candy. Steve's mouth is jaw just dropped, and I know that it's really good.
Oh yeah, it's good for what ails you.
Okay.
I've definitely heard of it, and I also haven't watched a single episode.
Oh, man.
There's just no preparing yourself for that main character.
Everyone has homework.
Right,
Everyone's got homework.
we do. After one round, we all have homework.
Terrible.
Steve, what's your
All
number
right,
3?
my number 3, and it might be a little too obvious, but I'm going with the Bluths from Arrested Development.
I don't think that's too obvious.
Michael's, when that's when that's the voice of reason, you're in trouble. I love
That's
that.
fair.
Job, Lindsay, and Buster, all 4 of the kids, just in their own way, just magical characters. The greatest drunk mom in TV history.
Yeah.
Lucille.
Come
on. For sure.
Yeah.
One of the great serial philanderers as a dad in TV history. A brother-in-law who not only is a never nude, but dreams of being a blue man. I mean, come on. You can't. How do you top that?
And a son who's a magician, for crying out loud.
Well, and then you've got Job. And then you've got cousins who are in love with each other, and then you've got all the side characters. It's all one big family. Barry Zuckerkorn, Gene Parmesan, and Carl Weathers as himself. It's hard to top. And let's not forget Liza Minnelli and Lucille number 2.
Oh, hell
with all the
Lucille
vertigo.
number 2.
Yeah.
Just top shelf stuff. Arrested Development. I love the Bluths.
Yeah.
One of those shows. Sorry, go ahead.
George Michael. I mean, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
quite a great name, right? Yeah.
You can just ride that joke the whole season.
And they did.
1,000%.
They had a good time.
But it's one of the shows where you barely ever had to go outside the family because they had so much content just within the family. You didn't need outside characters.
George Michael's girlfriend, Ann Veal. Every time she was in the room, George Michael's dad would be like, I'm sorry, her? The whole thing of her? That alone, just her? just top shelf stuff. All right, there's our number threes.
Absolutely.
Okay, at least finally there's no homework to be done with the rest of Development.
Yeah,
Ryder.
you'll have to pour one out for Jessica Walters, making a 2 for appearance in this round as both Mallory Archer and Lucille Blue.
Wow, that's right. Yeah,
So,
very good.
All right.
You're number 2.
Number
Ryder.
2, it's going to be the Rose family from, I'm going to say, S Creek. So you got your Johnny, you got your Moira,
Okay.
you got your David, and your Alexa, right? Alexa's right there.
Okay, have seen it. Watched. I didn't see all of it. I watched a few seasons, and then it sort of faded away
I guess
somehow.
that's fair.
But very enjoy. I will watch Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara do anything.
Oh, yeah.
As an SCTV lifer, it's kind of
right.
they can. If there was a nap cam, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Eugene Levy's just funny no matter what he does.
Hopefully not a poop cam, though.
No, whatever. I'm sure he'd make that entertaining.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're all
We found
familiar
your
with that.
limit. We found your limit.
Everybody's aware of.
Yeah.
It's Creek. However, you're supposed to say it on the radio.
Well, I think it's an opportunity for us to say that word. Really, we should take advantage of it. But I'm not going to be the one that does it.
Sure, FCC is furloughed. Whatever.
Yeah, right. I've seen a couple of episodes and I bailed.
Well, then hold on one
man.
mother. Hey, Fletcher, what's your number 2?
My number 2, you know what? This one might be cliche, but I got to go with the Huxtables.
Really?
Yeah, they had it all. They had everything. There was mischief, there was comedy, there was love, they had everything. You had 5,000 kids.
There was a voodoo princess.
Theo got an earring. How do you overcome that?
Right.
And it got infected, and then he got punished. He had a friend named Cockroach. I mean, the Huxtables had it all.
All right.
And they did it for a long time.
Those were classic TV days. It was like the Huxtables. I think it was then Family Ties.
Family Ties.
after that.
Yeah.
And
Thursday night were pretty loaded back then. Yeah. Cheers, the Huxtables, Family Ties, and either Night Court or Wings, depending on what year you're talking about.
Night Court.
And I mean, to me, the Huxtables, it truly is just about Lisa Bonet. So yeah, I can't argue with that at all.
I mean,
Is
that's
that
a
the
very
voodoo
good
princess?
argument.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Angel Heart, come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, the word hit the street. There was a movie. Not only did it star Robert De Niro, but it had a topless Lisa Bonet.
Oh, really? Huh.
What does no one remember 1987? That's all that mattered.
I do, but it's all taken up by the Twins winning a World Series.
That's fine. The 87. We can talk about the 87 Twins. That's fine. Still not over 91, but 87's fine. Chris Maddock's in studio. Chris, you're number 2 sitcom family or TV family.
Yeah, I was going Family Ties on this one. I just love that dynamic of like it's so real to have those ex-hippies that kind of turn into yuppies.
Yeah.
And then the only way that you can rebel against them was Alex P. Keaton becoming a young Republican.
A young Reaganite.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Kind of flipping the narrative on its ear, you know what I mean? Instead of having the old conservative frumpy family with the rebellious kids, you have kind of the rebellious parents with the frumpy kid.
Many of us relate to that these days, I think. My kids always tell me to turn my music down, just like my dad told me to do it. Yeah, both of them.
Wow.
Sandwiched.
Keatons are great, man. I loved that show so much.
That was a great show.
And they always had the answers, too. The Keatons always had the answers.
A young Tom Hanks drinking vanilla.
That's right.
That's right, yeah. Tom Hanks, I forgot about that.
That's exactly right.
He drank vanilla.
Steve, what do you got?
My number 2. I mean, I'd be remiss if we did not go with our upper Midwestern friends, the Cunninghams from Happy Days. Yeah. One simple thing here. There's a real relatability at play for the reason I chose the Cunninghams. I mean, Howard runs a hardware store, Marion's a homemaker. We all know, Richie and Joni, they're very good kids. You got the Fonz upstairs and all the friends. It's cool. But here's the thing. They lost a child and never discussed it again.
I was just going to say, do they not get a deduction?
Like any proper Midwestern family, we aren't going to talk about it. What the hell happened to Chuck?
I don't know.
He was on the first 2 seasons. He disappears. They never mention him again. 2 years.
2 whole seasons?
3 different actors played Chuck Cunningham. How about that? It's insane.
We don't talk about Chuck.
They just buried it. They all died with their pain the way you're supposed to.
I have no son.
That's right.
There's your idea for a mockumentary. What happened to Chuck, or what or where's Chuck?
He's like the Spinal Tap drummer of Sitcom Families. It's just.
Oh man!
By the way, the original Chuck, who appeared in 9 episodes, Gavin O'Hurley. Replaced by Rick Carrot and replaced by Randolph Roberts. 3 actors who've also never been seen again. Much like their character.
Who their stage name was Rick Carrot?
Yeah, Rick carrot. Maybe it was carrot. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But of course,
carrot.
there was red hair there. So
Carrot's
there you
way
have
better,
it.
yeah.
We still have number ones to go on this week's Rank You Very Much. Chris Maddock is joining us along for the ride. But before we get to our number ones, a couple of text messages have come in.
Yeah, John said he immediately thought Archer, so he gave props to Ryder.
Hell yeah.
He also loved the Keaton family, but he mentioned the guys from The League, which I haven't seen.
The League,
Ooh,
okay.
The League's a good one.
Yeah?
It's a good show.
I mean, they have their wives in there, but they're not like a family. So I think we're stretching on that one.
Okay.
But a family in a sense.
In a sense, maybe. Sure. We'll allow it because he's not in studio, so we can't mock him.
Todd texted in his top three, which is great. Scooby-Doo at number 3. The Scooby-Doo gang, if you will.
All right.
The Simpsons at number 2.
Right.
And the
Man.
Evans family from Good Times.
Yeah.
All right.
1.
We were just talking Good Times
Good
while
Times?
the Chili Peppers were playing. All right. We got to get to our number ones, though. Ryder, what do you got?
Okay, I'm going to get a bunch of eye rolls on this one, too, but it's very me. It would be the Morgendorfer family. Helen, Jake, Daria, and Quinn.
Okay.
And
Keep going.
I just the Daria from MTV days.
Oh,
I have
The Beavis
no
and
idea
Butthead
what that
offshoot.
is.
What? Oh,
Wait.
man,
When you say
staple.
the MTV days, are you talking about the 90s? Yeah. You missed the MTV. Well, that's not MTV.
Yeah.
That's after. Okay. But anyway, so Daria.
Daria, yeah. Rewatching lately, identifying less and less with the angsty teen and more with the workaholic mom. So there we go.
Kind of like
For
when
sure.
I rewatched The Sopranos in 2020, and I was like, oh my God, I kind of get where Tony's coming from now as a dad in my mid-50s.
Yeah,
Wait a
for
minute.
sure,
That's
for sure.
unexpected. All right, fair enough, Daria. Again, homework to be done. Fletcher, you're number 1.
I'm like, how do you rank the Bluth family at number 3?
Yeah.
They're the greatest of all time, and it's not even close for all the reasons you mentioned.
Right.
I mean, they have no ability to function outside of wealth.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're self-absorbed, all of them.
Right.
And just, I mean, there's always money in the banana stand, man.
There is.
They're all, I rest my case.
Yeah.
Can't get better.
I can't argue. I mean, one man's number 3 is another man's number 1.
Correct.
Chris Maddock, you're number 1. Family, TV, family.
In my opinion, the greatest of all time. Married with Children, Al Bundy.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peggy Bundy.
Okay.
What other sitcom? What was Al Bundy's thing? His 2 favorite things: reading the Gentleman's Magazine Biggins,
Yeah.
and sitting on the toilet with a newspaper.
Sure.
How did they pitch that show?
Yeah.
And yet it was heartwarming. The daughter, she looks like she's in a heavy metal video.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
hell yeah.
She's loose.
Yes.
That's her
Yeah.
thing.
That
like,
loose.
how do you?
Yeah. The lazy shopaholic mom, the super promiscuous daughter,
Yeah.
the son always getting in trouble. Here's the thing.
Bundy.
I hardly watched the show, but I still considered putting the Bundys in my top 3 because they're like, you still see clips these days and it's great. I should go back and watch
They had
the
a
show
whole
sometime.
episode of him just trying to get the same toilet his dad sat on.
Right.
And
Yes.
and by the way, don't sleep on the fact that when that show debuted, it's not unlike calling them the Mansons. Bundy at that time, Ted Bundy was
yeah.
at his apex of like in the news. He was about to be zapped down in Florida.
Yeah.
I remember that's my first thought. They named the family Bundy.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, not a coincidence. All right, my number 1. You got to go back to me as a kid. Granted, not your standard family, but it's a family. The family I wanted most to be a part of to this day, the family of Johnny Quest.
Oh,
All right? Now, come on.
that's great.
You got an 11-year-old boy. He's brave. He's adventurous. He's good with judo and firearms and all the things I wanted to be good at.
Sure.
His dad is a genius scientist. The show said probably the 3rd greatest scientist on Earth. His mom... they never said what happened, but they infer that she was killed by foreign agents.
What?
So mom's cool as hell. You got a guy named Race Bannon that the government has assigned to be your 24/7 keeper and judo tutor, and he flies your jet plane, and you go all around the world with your adopted brother, street urchin Haji from Calcutta, India, who understands how to levitate and hypnotize people. And then you have a dog named Bandit who's understands English better than most college kids. I mean, come on. That is the ultimate dude hang. All I wanted out of life when I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old was to be a member of the Johnny Quest family.
I think you got this job just to say all that.
I did.
Well said.
And by the way, what could ever be cooler than the fact that Tim Matheson, the man who played Otter in Animal House, was the voice of Johnny Quest as a kid?
Oh, no no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's very
He was a
cool.
made man before we ever saw him on the campus of Faber College.
I feel like one of the dudes from Johnny Quest was in that animated Mark Wahlberg thing, that Ted. Not animated, but you know what I mean, live action, if you will. I feel like one of the characters was...
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember the bear. I don't know.
If anyone's wondering, too,
With
the
the
whole
with the
time
white hair.
we were off air, we were still talking about this.
Yeah, of course we are. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll go home and talk about it with my wife, and she'll be like, really? We're going to do this?
Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
And then she'll take a nap.
We are hanging out in the studio right now with Chris Maddock. He's at the Excelsior Comedy Festival, the first ever this Saturday.
Woo!
You're still here, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just, listen, man, you've already put in a hard day's work.
I'm awake.
He's here. We got headlines to get to, Paul
He's ready
Fletcher.
to
What's
get
happening in the world?
He's ready to get after it. After teasing some kind of return since October 5th, Bob Mould has announced Sugar is back. The band just released their first song in 30 years. It's called House of Dead Memories. But it's just awesome that they would go away for 30 years, come back and sound like that. It sounds full of energy. It's tight.
Yeah.
I listened to it a bunch yesterday driving home.
It's like
so great.
it's like when Michael Jordan decided he wasn't going to play baseball anymore. He came back and he was just, well, it's not exactly like that at all.
No.
Never mind.
But it's kind of like that because he went back to basketball and he tore it up.
18 months
After
later.
he took off number 45, maybe.
Yeah.
That's very true. Self-driving startup Waymo will begin offering driverless taxi service in London next year. The company announced this yesterday. It marks the first international expansion for Waymo and would make London the first European city to have autonomous vehicles on the road. Chris, have you ever used a Waymo?
They still driving the wrong side?
They do.
No, I've never been in a Waymo. I've seen them in San Francisco, but terrifying. I don't know. I don't have that much to do to not be able to drive, I guess. I can drive. It's fine.
Yeah, that's very good.
The use of AI has come to the world of beer tasting, and apparently nobody likes it. During the middle of the Canadian Brewing Awards, the judges were instructed to submit their notes not to the competition's existing system, but to an AI app called Best Beer. It's just a stupid name, even. The AI then converted the tasting notes into a description of the beers. It apparently did such a bad job that one judge wrote a lengthy open letter expressing frustration with the organization in charge of the awards. That open letter led to the Canadian Brewing Awards to announce that the current management was, quote, stepping away from running the CVAs and returning the company to its original founders. And they added that they were going to donate the Best Beer assets to a nonprofit and will be open sourcing the code base for everyone.
Okay, I've had a lot of experience with Canadian beer, and you don't need AI to produce the word swill in your review.
We're outsourcing tasting now to
Yeah, pretty
AI.
much.
Let's just pour liquids on it.
I mean, think of all of what I just said. It's a beer tasting. How about we just have humans make beer, drink beer, and decide what's best?
Yeah,
Dude, I got this thing. We don't even have to drink the beer anymore.
I'm telling you, there's more often than not Canadian beer. You're just thinking like, what animal pissed in this bottle?
Yeah, you're not wrong. At least it's strong, so your taste buds are destroyed within a couple of beers.
Without getting, if you don't want to answer, don't, man. But anyway, what year did you graduate high school?
95.
So
95.
Blind Melon, man, that was right around that time.
Oh, yeah.
Mid 90s, that was happening.
I was grunge.
Yeah?
I was grunge. I had a grunge band.
Tell me about the band.
We were called Liquid Gringo.
Chris Maddock and the Liquid Gringo.
Yeah.
Wow.
We played, we actually covered Ice-T. That was a good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Glory Days. We didn't play that. But.
No, you didn't play that. But you could have done an ironic version of Glory Days.
Yes.
Grunge irony being all the rage.
I was grunge. I played football. I'm complicated.
That's pretty fancy. Yeah, you are a man of many, many layers.
Yeah,
what was your football position, sir?
I did halfback and cornerback. There was a star running back that he took the job, so I ended up corner.
But corner, you got to be speedy. You got to have some wheels back there.
Yeah,
Instincts,
speed. No, it was fun. I liked it, and then I had to choose between the band or football. I chose the band.
Nice.
Yeah, the boy.
Senior year, it's like
a '90s version of Dazed and Confused unfolding right in front of our very eyes.
I like it. How many interceptions did you have, though?
Well,
in the band or on football?
None.
No. So this is Stillwater High. This is mid '90s. You're rocking and rolling. What did you do in this band?
I play bass.
Okay.
Sing.
Nice.
Yep. And I've always played. I still play. Me and my friend Zach Ashton, we got a little duo going now. We're a comedy band, Ashton and Maddock. Yeah, yeah.
A&M. I like it.
Comedy band, how so though? Like, what do you do? Like, what makes it comedy?
We tried writing serious songs, and then they all came out funny. So
Nice work.
network comedy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Well, I mean, I've always said if you're going to tell a story about a band, if it's not a comedy, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. They overlap.
Yeah.
Hanging out with musicians and comedians, very, very similar.
If it's not just a clown car behind the scenes, they're doing it wrong. That's how that works. Hey, you're going to be at the Excelsior Comedy Festival. That's this Saturday at Excelsior Brewing Company. 4 shows, 16 comics, and you are one of the headliners. It's free. It starts 2 p.m. on Saturday. It's going to be a good day. They're not calling for rain. You're going to be having a good time in Excelsior. I mean, there's a worse way to spend a Saturday.
Yeah, maybe there should be a prize for someone who gets through all the shows, you know?
Yeah,
2, 4, 6, and 8. I'm
free beer for a year or something from Excelsior.
Yeah, or just the amount of joy that you receive from 4 straight comedy shows could be its own reward.
Could be.
Absolutely.
That's true.
A hail and hearty high five from CHRIS MADDOCK will do the drop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, have you ever binge watched like Family Guy or something?
Of
You know,
course.
after a while, you're just sort of like, not laughing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
could be that. That could be me. That could be my show, but
The first time I ever
Only one
went
way to
back to
find
back
out.
Family Guy episodes, it was like 3 in a row. It was I was also suffering from the worst jet lag I've ever had, which makes things even funnier than they really are. Exhaustion, almost in a hallucinogenic state of mind, and then watching Peter Griffin fight a chicken for 18 minutes.
Yeah.
I almost threw up. I was laughing so I couldn't. I was having like a body convulsion. I was laughing so hard. Everyone's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. Help me. I'm in trouble.
Help me.
Yeah.
I need help.
yeah, my wife and
good
I
times.
used to sit and watch those, and it would just be like, I don't think we've laughed in like 6 episodes. We should probably
Yeah.
do something else.
At some point. Yeah, sure. So you said earlier you have a son named Waylon. Great name.
Yeah.
And how old is this young lad?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, he's 14.
Good. You're doing something right.
I don't know.
He's 14.
Does he have the storyteller's knack? Does he take
hilarious.
after the old man?
Dude, he's just quick, and he's subtle. He's not broadcasting it. Like we were hanging out with. We did teacher conferences. One of his teachers says, "Oh, I do a lot after school. I'm a lifeguard." He says, "I coach baseball. I tutor." I said, "Wow, you got a lot on your plate." And the teacher said, "Yeah, I'm barely keeping afloat." And Waylon whispers in my ear, "Lifeguard, huh?"
Nice. Bam. Yeah. There it is.
There we go.
That teenage 20-something wit, man. God, it's so
Job
good.
well done, sir.
Yeah. I trained him. I'll take credit.
That's it. Absolutely.
Lifeguard, huh?
They don't miss anything. He's just taking notes every day of his life.
Like if it was me and I thought of that, I would have been dancing around, yelling, "I looked at what I thought of."
That's it.
He just lifeguard, huh?
All right.
I
So
love
if
that.
you and I walk out right now, we go around the corner to Huntington Bank Stadium, and I set a ball on a tee at the 30-yard line. Are you making that field goal?
Do we have to walk?
We can drive.
Okay.
We can drive. 20-yard line.
You want to save your legs.
Put it on the 20. Call it a 30-yard kick. You making it?
Let me focus.
It's on a tee.
Yep.
30-yard
Nice.
field goal.
All
You're
right.
going to nail it.
You said
All
20, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 30-yard?
Well,
30 yard.
the end zone's 10 yards.
God, I hope I'm making it.
Yeah. You're going to give it an old
That's a long
sportsman's try. Sure you are.
30 yards is a long ways. I'm going to go with no. I'm sorry.
It's so much longer
probably
than you
right.
think
It's
when you're on
way
that
longer
field.
than you think.
Yeah. It's
The
kinda
walkover
nuts.
might be good, though, because he'll loosen you up.
Yeah, no,
Loosen
I need a
legs.
ride, but yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
need
Fair
a
enough.
ride.
Chris
I need a
Maddock
ride.
at the Excelsior Comedy Festival. That is this Saturday. It is free. Brought to you by, us, Gorman in the Morning and 92 KQRS. Going to be a fine day. My man, you're welcome anytime. Thanks for coming in.
I love it here. Thank you.
You got it.
Gorman in the Morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
It's one thing to go to a hotel room and then you sit there and you're snacky and you see the minibar and you're like, those M&Ms are going to cost me like $9, but I can't help it. And you go eat them and then you regret it.
You know it's coming.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. But check this out. In Las Vegas, a tourist, unplugged the mini bar tray in her room. Okay. unplugging the mini bar tray from a wall outlet. This is at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas. Her son needed to charge his phone, and she saw the plug there and said, well, I'll just unplug that little tray. Now, there was a card on the front of the tray, and it said, there's a $56 per day charge if you unplug this tray.
Well, do we know what this tray does? Does it just look fancy?
I'm not really sure. I mean, it's just something that's plugged into a wall. You take it out of the wall. You plug in your own thing. Long story short, when she checked into the hotel, they were like, yeah, you owe us $200
for
having unplugged the tray.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
This is crazy! $200?
$200, yeah.
Damn.
And they're like, hey, man, we told you. Well, $224, I should say, fully.
$56 a night.
This is what it is. It's just a black tray where you have 5 bottles of Fiji water, a Gatorade, some Red Bull, and then some candy and chips and stuff, all just assembled. It doesn't seem to be, it's plugged in, but it's not on. It's not warm. It's not cold. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not a hot plate heating the Gatorade?
No. It's... Let's hope not.
Okay.
It seems like a pointless plug, to be quite honest.
It's a pointless plug, and it just speaks to the fact that everybody everywhere is trying to do their best to get you to pay money that you shouldn't be paying them.
Right.
My wife turned in a rental car last week at the Nashville airport.
Yeah.
And stopped on the way, filled it up with gas on her own, and then when she got her email bill still at the airport, it said, in case we happen to charge you for fuel, let us know. And she looked down, and sure enough, they'd charged her for a full tank of gas.
Even though she had filled it.
Even though she had filled it, yeah. But they put in there like a disclaimer, hey, in case we accidentally charge you, let us know. She's like, oh, I'll let you know, all right.
Yeah.
Don't get Rosemary Gorman on a customer service call in a bad mood. Let me tell you.
Yikes.
She'll tighten the screws in a hot second. She was fully refunded. Make no mistake about that.
Good for her.
But anywhere you go, they're just looking to take advantage of you.
But it sounds like then if that's the case with Rosemary's situation, they're just throwing that on there probably every transaction.
Sure. Oh,
that's insane.
I don't know if it's every transaction, but it's always worth checking the receipt.
But I'm just saying it seems, certainly we don't know, but it seems like that would be the case.
I don't want to besmirch the Hertz Corporation. I mean, they're probably good people.
Maybe.
We'll see.
And it kind of seems like the plug into this tray is pointless they're waiting for you to unplug it so they can charge you.
That would seem to be the case.
What is it doing?
Hang on. Somebody in Vegas is trying to scam me out of money?
Yes.
Vegas.
Yeah, but you expect it to be the dude on the street with the trench coat, not the hotel you're staying in.
Have you been to a casino? Dude, this is their MO.
Hey, man, I remember this was in the 90s once, and I was at the Hard Rock Casino playing a little blackjack as I do.
Okay.
And lo and behold, I realized I need more cash. And I went to an ATM again, like 1995, and to get money out of the bank, of my own bank in an ATM, the charge back then per transaction was $5. Now, this is at a time when it was $1 everywhere else you'd go.
Yeah.
I remember staring at that going, $5 and thinking, there's no way I'm not going to take advantage of this and get more money to lose to this casino.
Oh, and by the way, you're probably in a situation at a casino like that where you're going to get charged by your bank as well. So it's probably an $8 transaction. Yeah.
Oh, it's a straight up fun. It's straight up 20 now.
Yeah.
You go to a Vegas ATM and you want to pull out a couple $100, it's $20.
Double dipping.
Easily.
God, that's unbelievable.
Easily. And always worth it because, my God, I love sitting at a blackjack table for way too long.
Yeah.
And how close I almost come to the big score every time. It's better than a roller coaster.
Next time it'll happen.
Ask a question, get a bunch of answers, and this time they're all the same. Well done.
Yeah.
We're talking about the fact that a woman in Vegas was handed a $224 bill from her hotel upon checking out because she had unplugged the minibar tray. Now, this is a tray on the desk. You have a bunch of bottles of water. You got some Gatorade, some Red Bulls, some chips, some crackers, some candy.
Sure.
A little box, looks like there's some prophylactics, all kinds of things.
Of course.
And we were saying, what is the point of this tray? What is it plugged into the wall for? It's not heating. It's not cooling. It's not vibrating. What is it doing? the text line exploded with information.
Jay and Christine and Matt and countless others that don't have names assessed or assigned said the minibar tray that's plugged in is a sensor that tells them what you have removed, so it charges you for the item that you want to buy.
Ooh, freaking crafty.
So essentially, if you unplug the tray, they're saying you just bought the entire tray, which is probably $56.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy smokes. It's just, it's not like the good old days when you could open up your minibar and you could take out that little bottle of vodka and drink it and fill it back with water and stick it back in there and no one would ever know the difference. No. They caught on to us. Did I say us? They caught on to them.
I got to say, though, 5 bottles of water, a couple Red Bulls, a Celsius drink, some Sour Patch Kids, some other candy, some prophylactics. $56 in a hotel room, not a bad deal.
No, it's a bargain.
Just take the whole thing.
If you can get all that down for $56, just on the store, on the street, you're doing well. Much less in a hotel. That's another way. They know they're taking more money out of you before you leave.
I know. Prophylactic condoms should be free in hotels, especially in Vegas. Should they not?
I think so.
Yeah.
Vegas, there's the Vegas, the Olympic Village, anywhere where nickels are getting knocked. It's like, let's just make that free for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Right, yeah.
It is Thursday, October the 16th, and Travis Geinger is in studio with us right now. Travis, good morning.
Thank you for having me.
You are wearing a jacket that says Grand Champion Grower 2024, a pumpkin master. Is it safe to say?
Well, maybe not so much this year, but it was fun.
Come on, man. So you grow ginormous pumpkins.
Yes, I had the world record up until a couple weeks ago.
So the biggest. So you had a pumpkin that was 2,749 pounds, and someone has eclipsed that weight.
Yes. They amass that overseas in the UK in a climate-controlled greenhouse. Yes.
Well, of course.
Oh.
You gotta keep an eye on those Brits.
They're not trustworthy for sure. That sounds like it should be 2 different classes of pumpkin, though.
A lot of people do. Yes.
Including you.
Well, I don't know. I just grow.
All right. Fair enough. All right. You're not getting caught up in the shenanigans. You're just going to grow pumpkins.
So you've competed. You've had pumpkins. We were just talking about the fact that this past week, what's the Half Moon Bay out west. You've won there before, but this year you had a bit of a problem.
Yes, I had a pinhole in the blossom end of my pumpkin, and it went down around 1,200 pounds. Still growing 40 pounds a day. Would have been good, but.
Oh, explain what that means. A pinhole.
So eventually air gets into the cavity and then it stops growing and rots.
So is pinhole a pumpkin term or is it a literal pinhole?
Well, it's about the size of like a pen head, maybe a little bit bigger, but yeah.
And you become aware of it. When did you find out it was there?
I kind of thought there was one when it was growing at about 500 pounds, but it didn't really open until, say, around 1,000 pounds.
Okay, so knowing nothing about any of this, I'm flying blind, so forgive me, but how many pumpkins are you growing at one time?
I start 2 seeds, grow 2 plants.
That's it?
That's it.
And how many pumpkins does that yield?
2.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if if they spread out.
Could set more, I feel, but whatever.
Okay, all right.
And
fair enough.
So what's the perfect? What do we not know about growing giant pumpkins? You need to have a certain amount of this, or you're hoping for how much rain and how much sun and how much homemade fertilizer that only you know the secret recipe. 11 herbs and spices. What are you doing to grow these things this big?
I'll be honest. I mean, for my personal thing, I'll take a drought every year because then I can control it.
Got it.
This year we got smoked with rain up until about August, September. So that was tough. But you can always add it. You can't take it away. So
you're planting the seeds when?
April 10th.
I like that. April 10th. And then I imagine like most the first few weeks and months you're not seeing much and then it just kind of explodes, or is it a steady?
I can grow a 12-foot plant in 30 days.
In 30 days?
Seed.
Okay.
Holy smokes. Yeah. And so, okay. Wow. And then what did you just say a minute ago? You're growing 40 pounds a day at one point?
Yes, usually 60 or 70 at their peak, but yeah.
That is fascinating.
Basically a 12-year-old human.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
3/4 of an ounce a minute.
Okay.
Man.
Okay, so
if only my dealer were so lucky.
So how long have you been doing this, Travis?
30 some odd years.
30 some odd years. What gets you started? Where did this all come from?
You know, my dad was growing small pumpkins, and we'd put them in the wheelbarrow, and then I'd go down to the state fair, see the giant pumpkin display, and just kind of struck my imagination. And what if I could do this?
Wow. And apparently the answer is yes, you can. And yes, you should. Man, so when you're not growing pumpkins, what are you doing?
I teach horticulture, and I also own a business, stone fire tables. So we cut rocks, slice them like a loaf of bread. That's where all the equipment comes from.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Nice.
Is there a lot of drama behind the scenes at pumpkin shows? Like when you're going out to Half Moon Bay, I mean, is there gamesmanship? Is there? I'd love to think it's just like wrestling behind the scenes of some sort.
You know, it is. A lot of people will call their shots like, "Oh, I'm going to this way off," so then other people won't, and it's a big deal. I mean, when you're talking about $25,000 for a win, you got some.
You get some blood flowing a little bit, a little heart rate racing somewhat.
Yeah.
I'm curious about just the simple process because, I think of getting a 40-pound pumpkin from Home Depot or from some pumpkin patch into my car. Yeah. All right. Now we're talking, let's take a 2,500-pound, potentially $25,000 winning pumpkin. Let's get it from Minnesota to Half Moon Bay. How does that go?
So you pick it up with a harness, which is another whole process there.
How fragile are they?
They can be fragile. I mean, we've dropped them before, and they've held together, but they've also split sometimes when you drop them.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, and then you've got to put it on a trailer, strap it down. All these bumps could cause a crack in it.
That's what I'm picturing.
So they are fragile.
That's a long drive with something that, like you said, a couple of potholes in North Dakota, and it's a short trip.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, San Francisco potholes.
So that's a nerve-wracking drive.
Absolutely. It's a white knuckle drive.
How different is the pumpkin that you can grow to 2,500 pounds? How does that differ from the pumpkin you can just go buy, scoop out, carve a jack-o'-lantern, or make a pumpkin pie? You know, is it the same plant ultimately, or is it a different species?
Yeah, it's a different variety. Kirkhambetes Maximo versus Peppo. But, they're a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, if you one of these big boys, though, is there a point in time when you could still pull the plug and then just get and use it as a normal, for food and stuff?
For sure. I mean, like I threw one out back this year. I did nothing to it, and it grew to 600 pounds. Beautiful orange. Just let Mother Nature take it.
600 pounds.
Just by accident.
Yeah.
He just threw it out in the backyard.
It was a fourth of the way there at 600 pounds. We almost got there.
Unreal.
It's fascinating. So how many places do you compete with your pumpkins?
It all depends on how many you have. I usually start 2 and quickly end up with 1.
Yeah.
But if I do grow next year, we'll see. Maybe I'll grow 3. And downsize my size of each plant.
Okay.
But then you could potentially hit 3 way offs.
Are there folks that are doing a dozen each year and
there is
plenty more?
I don't have that kind of time. That's why I usually focus on 1. But it's the same thing. You're still burying the same amount square footage. So
when you had that 2,749 pounder, the world record pumpkin.
Unreal.
I mean, you knew leaving, you're on your way out west. I mean, did you already know, like, no one's beating this year? Or do you have to get out there and
it's
find
been
out?
weird. I've done that 4 out of the last 5 years I've won, and every single time you're not sure.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry to not know that. You won 4 of the last 5?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this year, that pinhole's what broke the streak?
No, it was in 2021. So I guess now 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6. Oh my God! So but every year until you get out there, you don't know.
Yeah, it's a nail biter, and these guys show up. Their pumpkin could go astronomically heavy, and mine could go light. I don't pre-weigh. I've got a scale.
Oh, okay.
Right at the shop, I could weigh it.
Oh, but you don't.
But you don't. He just wings it. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating.
I once did, and it was 27% lighter than what it should have been, and it just crushed the whole event. I was like,
you're like, why are we even going out here? So now you just go.
Yeah. And I probably wouldn't have went last year if I knew what I was weighing, because it was lighter than what I thought.
Wow.
And we won by 6 pounds.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
Good
real
not to know.
close.
Yeah.
Is that the one that set the record, or was it the year before that?
No, year before.
So 2023 is the year that you set the record.
Yep.
I think that's the time that I met you.
Yep.
You had a really interesting the process after winning was you had a lot on your plate, right? Like, weren't you doing TV and all kinds of stuff?
We went from California to New York with this pumpkin, paraded it all around. They carved it. Yeah, a lot of events.
So wait,
they carved it?
A 2,800-pound pumpkin, 27 feet. How big around? Well, how big is
7 foot?
7.
So 21 foot, 1 inch around
circumference.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Almost did not fit in the dump trailer. Put it that way.
I bet. And you took that bad boy to New York.
From California to New York. And I almost made it in one piece, but I think in Pennsylvania, the last 100 miles, half of it kind of broke off.
That old turnpike's problematic.
Yeah.
How many? And I got to imagine the entire drive, it's just people honking at you.
Oh, yeah.
Just nonstop photos.
Yeah, you almost got to be careful because people will cause accidents.
Yeah, right. That is fascinating. So
it's a crazy pumpkin world, Charlie Brown.
So, all right. So now you've got till April 10th before you load a few more seeds down into the earth. And so let me ask you this. How do you pick a seed? How do you know?
Great question.
I imagine that you show me a bunch of seeds. I'm going to go, I don't know.
Yeah, so you want to look at what growers have done with their pumpkins this year and look on the charts, see if they've went heavy, light. Are you a good grower, not so good a grower, but you produced a 2,000 pounder? Okay, maybe that's the seed. So
that is absolutely crazy.
But I mean, do you have a handful of them, and are you just looking at like flicking through them, going, "Oh, that's the seed right there"?
I'll get what I want because I only grow a couple, and they'll send me them. But yeah.
Do we talk to these pumpkins as they're growing? Do we give them a little encouragement?
You know, sometimes you go up to them, slap them a little bit, and then you kind of say, "Oh, this one's going to be heavy or light or whatever."
Do you give them names?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, I think we got to come back as Rocky because we kind of lost it to like the overseas guys that are hooked up to a bunch of sensors and climate controlled. So Rocky's just a.
That feels like a whole different category.
You know
it
what
doesn't
it is?
seem like you should be competing against these guys.
Travis is operating in what I would consider the naturally aspirated class.
Right.
These guys are all supercharged and turbocharged. Yeah. They're cheating, basically.
Right.
You're doing a natural. It should be a natural organic class, and they're in the whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people here do grow in greenhouses too.
Cheating.
I'll start it in one because we kind of have to in this environment.
Yeah.
But then, come June, end of May, it's on its own.
So April 10th, and then you're unplugging and you're preparing to go at what time?
I'll start within 10 days. It's in the garden.
No, but I mean, I'm sorry. At the end of the process, when is it?
October 10th.
So this is what is that? 6 months? 5 months? Wow.
180-day process.
Okay, 6 months. Man, this is awesome. Do you have you ever set up I would watch a cam sped up, of course.
Like
I would love to see those, you get
time
a few
lapse?
months in. Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Oh,
there's
man.
a couple of them that I could recommend.
We got a lot of grass out, I think, to the north of the radio station. Maybe we could grow a pumpkin out there.
Give it a shot.
Travis could grow a pumpkin outside the radio station and come back in, a year or so and see what we got.
What's your preferred color? Do you just like the deepest orange you can find?
Yeah, I like an orange pumpkin. You know, I always thought, well, gee, if I set the world record and it's kind of a white ugly thing, which I did set the North American record with the white ugly thing, but now our new world record is kind of ugly white green.
Got it.
It just doesn't go well.
Yeah, prefer.
Yeah. Secretively, it doesn't really matter because you just want the heavy, but it really does at the end.
Yeah, you want it, man. Oh, you're rocking the orange shirt, the matching shoes. I figured you're looking for good, bright orange every time.
Yep. It always makes it a little bit nicer for the general public.
Yeah.
Travis, you have an official morning show that's backing you for next year. I'm buying in right now, man. I'm going to buy up all the Travis stock I can get my hands on.
Nice.
Let's do this.
Hell yeah, we'll keep in touch throughout the season. That'd be
please
great.
do. No, we're gonna follow you out to West Coast next year.
Maybe you can call us live on April 10th when the seed goes into the ground.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, we can make it happen.
We'll do it live. We'll plan it live. Live on the air.
I've always wanted Gorman in the morning to have our own pumpkin.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
There we go. Can we get the logo on the pumpkin when you go out to Half Moon Bay?
There's
There
no
you
telling.
go.
We can do all
We'll
sorts of
stick a
things.
sign on the trailer.
There you go.
Yes.
I love
Travis,
it.
thanks.
I love it.
Thank you for coming in, brother.
Appreciate it.
It's great to see you. Hey, listen up. Rush is back. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson returning for their 50-something tour next summer. You a Rush fan?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, you might want to pay attention to this. You can see them 2 nights in Chicago. Enter to win tickets for 2 shows at the United Center, round-trip airfare, and a 4-night hospital stay. You can figure out how to get involved in all of this. Go to 92kqrs.com. All right, we got just enough time for the last word. 2005, a voice actress named Susan Bennett gets a call. Someone needs a gig for a voice actor. It's a software company. They say, we're looking for somebody we just need a whole bunch of words and phrases, and we're putting together this new program, blah, 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 blah. It's a company called ScanSoft. She's never heard of them. Hey, they got the check. It clears. It's all good. She has a home recording studio. For more than 4 hours a day for several weeks, she read endless phrases, sentences. Didn't make any sense in the grand scheme of things, but it was just, here's what we want, phrases, syllables specifically.
Okay.
It just went on for hours. But as a voice actress, she's ready to do that. She does it. She turns it in. End of story. Check clears. Goes on with her life. That's 2005.
Yes.
In 2011, her friend calls and says, I just got the new iPhone. I didn't know you were the voice of Siri.
Oh, damn.
Are you serious?
Siri?
That's right.
That's how she got the gig.
When they debuted Siri with the iPhone 4, it was this woman who had recorded it 6 years earlier. Which, a couple thoughts. One, they already are so far down the road developing crap we can't even imagine at all times.
Yes.
Right.
And 2, she looked into it. Apple never acknowledged or confirmed that was her.
Oh,
but
wow.
she went and had voice analysts do all the recordings and blah, blah, blah. And they all went, oh, that's 100% your voice.
Yes.
Within a few years, they switched. She's no longer the voice of Siri. She was the original Siri, though. Imagine that. You just do a gig, a few days in the studio or a few weeks where you read a bunch of mumbo jumbo, never think about it again, and 6 years later, everyone on Earth is talking to you.
Yeah, you're in everyone's pants.
Yeah.
That's
It's
wow.
nuts.
That's probably a better way, because that's better than having to keep a secret.
Much better than having to keep a secret. Much better than thinking about the pressure.
Yeah. True.
Man, go
True.
figure.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow
That's
on Gorman
fascinating.
in the Morning, Friday, October the 17th, you will have a shot to win front row Adam Sandler tickets.
Oh, man.
Game on.
Come on. As well as the Excelsior Comedy Festival headliner Ahmed Khalaf will be in studio with us. We look forward to that. Fletcher, what's coming up next right here, right now?
Another couple chances at $1,000. Rush off in Chicago. We potentially win your way there. Commercial free after 11:45. And, we dedicate a lot of our energy to local music.
Yep.
But how about we play Information Society just after 10?
Why not?
Let's go.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.